Welcome back. Professor Torres-Velez here. In this unit, we will explore the ethical considerations and challenges associated with generative AI. As we have seen, generative AI has the power to create amazing things, but it also comes with significant responsibility. We will discuss potential misuses, biases in AI, the importance of critical thinking, and the role of regulation to ensure that AI benefits everyone. Generative AI can be misused in various ways. One of the most concerning applications is the creation of deepfakes. Deepfakes are videos or images where a person's likeness is manipulated to make it appear as though they are saying or doing something they never did. Well, deepfakes can be used for entertainment, such as in movies. They can also be used maliciously to spread misinformation, harass individuals, or even commit fraud. The ability to create realistic but fake content poses a significant challenge to trust, to the authenticity of digital media, and more importantly, to democracy itself. Here I'm going to present you with two different examples of deepfakes. Let's see.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or how about this, simply, President Trump is a total and complete. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. That's a time when we need to rely on trusted news sources. It may sound basic, but how we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of fucked up dystopia. Thank you, and stay woke.
And here's another example. This one is about Pelosi's.
We saw this week that it may not take cutting-edge technology to achieve a similar goal. Amid his feud with Nancy Pelosi, President Trump tweeted out a video of the House Speaker that was edited to make her appear to stammer during a news conference. That was followed by a second altered video of Pelosi that made the rounds on social media. Jeff Pegues has that part of the story.
Since we took the majority.
Here is the real video of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
And then he had a press conference in the Rose Garden with all this sort of visuals.
Now the doctored video in which she appears to be impaired.
And then he had a press conference in the Rose Garden with all this sort of visuals.
That clip received more than 2.5 million views on Facebook.
The video is really a pretty low-tech fake where...
Hadi Farid, a professor of computer science at the University of California, Berkeley, says this video is just the tip of the iceberg of how videos and images can be manipulated.
The most standard one is to take an image or a video of a person, a candidate, a president, and alter it to make it look like they are saying something that they never said.
That is called deep fakes. In this example, former President Barack Obama's voice has been altered.
Case in point about the threat to democracy with this sort of deepfake videos, which have the power to influence public attention. It's just very unnerving. Another critical concern is the potential for misuse of generative AI with students possibly passing off AI-generated work as their own. While this presents challenges to academic integrity and the learning process, the benefits of integrating AI literacy into college education far outweigh these risks. Providing students with AI literacy, grounded in critical thinking and ethical frameworks, is, in fact, the most proactive approach to addressing these concerns. More importantly, it serves as a powerful tool to combat entrenched social injustices by bridging the technological divide that disproportionately affects ethnic minority students in the United States. By equipping students with the skills to navigate and crucially engage with AI, we empower them to leverage this technology responsibly, ensuring that they can compete equitably in an increasingly AI-driven world. Educational institutions must focus not only on policies and tools to detect AI misuse, but also on fostering an environment where students understand the ethical implications and potential of AI as a force for positive change. Bias in AI is a significant issue, particularly regarding racial and ethnic inequalities. AI models are trained on historical data that often reflect systemic biases and structural inequalities present in society. When these biases are not addressed, AI systems can perpetuate and even exacerbate existing disparities. For instance, studies have shown that facial recognition technologies consistently misidentify individuals from Black, Indigenous, and other racially marginalized communities at a significantly higher rate than white individuals. This has led to wrongful arrests and heightened surveillance of communities of color, reinforcing discriminatory policing practices. Similarly, algorithmic bias in hiring tools has resulted in the exclusion of qualified candidates from underrepresented ethnic backgrounds due to biased patterns embedded in historical hiring data sets. These examples illustrate how AI systems can reinforce social inequalities unless proactive measurements are taken to ensure equity and fairness in their design and implementation. I'm going to show you now two examples. The first example has to do with the criminal justice system. The correctional offender management profiling for alternative sanctions algorithm used by the US criminal justice system to assess the likelihood of defendants reoffending has been criticized for racial bias. A 2016 investigation by ProPublica found that the algorithm disproportionately labeled Black defendants as high risk for reoffending, while white defendants were more likely to be mislabeled as low risk. Despite being widely used in sentencing and parole decisions, the algorithm's bias predictions have contributed to systemic racial disparities within the legal system. This case highlights how AI systems trained on historical data can reinforce and exacerbate existing racial bias in societies. The second example happened in 2008 when Amazon scraped an AI-powered recruiting tool after discovering it was biased against women. The AI system, trained on resumes submitted over a 10-year period, learned patterns that favor male candidates over female applicants, particularly in technical roles. The algorithm downgraded resumes that included terms associated with women, such as women's chess club, while favoring resumes that included traditionally male-dominated terms. This incident underscores the risk of bias in training data and the limitations of AI in making fair hiring decisions. This example demonstrates also how AI can perpetuate and reinforce gender biases when trained on historically based data. Bias in AI can lead to unfair outcomes, such as discrimination in hiring practices, as we've seen, law enforcement, also as we saw in the previous example, and access to services, such as, for instance, loans. Essential to ensure that AI systems are trained on diverse and representative data to minimize bias and promote fairness in society. So what do we need? Well, what we need is critical thinking skills. Why? Because they're crucial. Critical thinking skills are crucial when working with AI. It is important to understand how to properly prompt AI models to get useful and accurate results. Equally important is the ability to critically evaluate AI outputs, recognizing potential biases or inaccuracies. But, what do I mean by, developing critical thinking skills in the context of AI? It basically refers to the ability to systematically analyze, evaluate, and interpret AI-generated outputs to make informed decisions while recognizing potential biases, limitations, and ethical implications. These skills include, first, data literacy, understanding how AI models process and interpret data, including recognizing patterns, inconsistencies, and biases in training. Second, algorithmic awareness, which means critically assessing how AI algorithm functions, their assumptions, and their potential for unintended consequences. Third, bias recognition, which is identifying and questioning biases that AI systems might perpetuate, particularly regarding race, gender, and socioeconomic status. Fourth, ethical evaluation, weighing societal and ethical implications of AI-driven decisions and considering issues such as fairness, accountability, and transparency. Evidence-based reasoning, that's the fifth one, which is about cross-checking AI-generating insights against credible sources and human expertise to avoid over-reliance on automated outputs. That's super important, right? 6, problem solving. Applying AI tools thoughtfully to solve complex problems while understanding their constraints and augmenting them with human judgment. 7th, decision making. Using AI as a tool to support rather than replace critical human judgment, ensuring that AI-informed decisions align with ethical and contextual consideration. And this is super important. This is called the misalignment problem within the AI literature. And we need to ensure that we have a say in that alignment, okay? Developing these skills empowers users to make informed decisions about AI, ensuring its responsible and effective application. This is particularly crucial in academic settings where critically evaluating information is central to the learning process. Humanistic disciplines are especially well positioned to cultivate these critical thinking skills, equipping students to become informed and engaged global citizens. By fostering a deeper understanding of AI societal implications, students can play an active role in shaping its trajectory, ensuring that its benefits are equitably distributed rather than concentrated in the hands of a privileged few. Regulation and governance plays a crucial role in managing the ethical challenges of AI. Governments, organizations, and AI developers must work together to create policy and guidelines that ensure AI is used responsibly and ethically. But perhaps more importantly, it's to understand that without having active global citizens who are AI literate and have significant critical thinking skills, the current check and balances of power might not be enough to steer AI in the most equitable direction. Effective regulation can help prevent misuse, protect individuals' privacy, and ensure that AI technologies are developed and deployed in ways that benefit society. This includes setting standards for transparency, accountability, and fairness in AI systems. Recognizing and addressing these ethical challenges is essential for the responsible development of AI use. As future AI practitioners and informed citizens, it's important to understand these issues and advocate for ethical and equitable practices in AI. Promoting AI literacy, especially among marginalized communities, is a crucial step towards addressing these ethical challenges. By empowering all individuals with knowledge about AI, we can ensure that diverse voices are included in the conversation about how AI is developed and used. AI literacy helps bridge the digital divide and promotes social equity by providing marginalized communities with the skills and knowledge needed to navigate and shape the future of AI. It's not just about understanding the technology, but also about having a say in how it impacts our lives. By integrating ethical, social, political, and cultural considerations into our understanding of generative AI, we ensure that this powerful technology is used to benefit all members of society. This is a key part of our mission in promoting AI literacy as a social justice effort here at Hostos Community College. Now, the final unit of our AI exploration, we will take a step back to demystify some of the fears surrounding AI. Rather than viewing AI as a threatening alien intelligence, I argue that we should see it as an extension, albeit an enhanced one, of our own human intelligence. As Malik describes it, AI represents a form of co-intelligence. From this perspective, AI development is yet another technological innovation, like those that have emerged throughout human history, designed to improve our chances of survival. However, what makes AI truly unique is its unprecedented impact, not just on low-level manual labor, as seen with past innovations like the assembly line, but also on the knowledge production class itself. While this shift might seem unsettling, it also presents an opportunity to level the playing field in ways that were previously unimaginable, challenging entrenched systems of power and opening new pathways for inclusivity and equity. Thank you for joining me in this AI exploration. On to the next one.